fixed my screen. Hopefully my fucking recordings aren't messed up and that doesn't affect the video quality or anything. When I trade, sometimes I trade with a stretch res. For those of you who grew up playing on stretch resolutions or like competitive gaming, you know exactly why I'm doing it. I just do that with trading because it just feels nicer, it feels sweatier. You know what I mean? But anyways, what we were talking about is we're gonna pull all this together. Let me open up a Paint real quick. We're gonna start to pull all this together, starting from the beginning. Okay, we're gonna go real quick. We're not gonna make this a 6-hour video. Okay. So in order to begin going over everything again, I need you to understand, if you've made it to this video at this point, give yourself a pat on the back. You were already in the game. Before you even decided to press the start button and accept the call to action that I've given you, you were already in the game. I need you to understand that. Like, really, man. Like, seriously, give yourself a pat on the back. I'm not even joking. My goal is to simply rewire how you guys are seeing the market and collapse the complexities of this stuff, because it doesn't need to be complex. I want to turn all the complex topics into simple, undeniable, unchangeable truths, things that can't be changed. It is simply just how the game works. So look, man, I'm simply here looking to hand responsibility back to you. After this point, once you've said, yes, I'm willing to press start, I'm willing to accept the call to action, the responsibility is back in your hands. So everything, it's up to you at that point. If you're still confused about something, I've already given you options. It is completely, the ball is in your court, bro. Shoot that 3-pointer. But I'm inviting you into my mind, and I'm inviting you into my community. So now that we can begin going over stuff, I want to begin to reconnect all the dots at the beginning, starting with everything that we learned. So we went over candles, okay? What are candles? They are screenshots of how battles ended between villains versus heroes, or in trading terms, sellers versus buyers, okay? That is all the candles represent. They are just screenshots of a specific amount of time. So candles are screenshots of how battles ended between villains versus heroes or sellers versus buyers in a set period of time. The higher up in time, the more significant, oh my god, significant the candle is, I guess. That's what candles are, okay? So we went over candles. Write all this stuff down. If you missed notes earlier, write this shit down, because we are going all over it again, okay? So we talked about candles. I'm going to color grade everything so you guys can see it. So we talked about candles. The second thing we had talked about was trends. So overall trends and the trends inside of that overall trend, how to read that. I do want to break this down a little bit more, because man, we can get down with the nitty gritty, and like I can really make you guys understand this. Like, if trends is something you guys are struggling with, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I got the sauce low key. Now, I'm not gonna promise anything like it's gonna make you a super trader, but it'll definitely help you understand how to look at the markets in a lot simpler terms. If that's a video you guys want, or if that's something you want to learn from me personally, there's a one-on-one link down in the description to schedule a one-on-one with me, or you can just comment that that's a video you want to see below, and I'll make it. Trends are just the overall campaign. So you can put overall trend here. I just put trend. So what do I mean by that? What is the overall trend for the day? Are we going overall up, or are we going overall down? Like, what is happening? That is don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it. Stop. That is literally all. That's all that is. What campaign are we playing for the day? Are we playing a campaign that continues to go up? Are we playing a campaign that continues to go down? Or is this a campaign that's overall going up, but it's being taken over? Or is this a vice versa going down? Do you get what I'm saying at this point, okay? I can only repeat myself so many times before I start to get tired. The third thing is we discussed liquidity. I think this is how you spell liquidity. Okay, I don't want to look like a dumbass. Let me. So we discussed liquidity. It's another thing we had discussed. I'm trying my best to color grade this for you guys. I'm so sorry. I know it's So we discussed liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is just objectives in the market / XP. What do I mean by that? Liquidity is objectives. In trading terms, liquidity is just money. It's where buyers or sellers are positioned at on the chart. And the overall market is looking to seek out liquidity because it can't move without it. Just like in a video game, you can't advance to the next level or take control of the current game if you don't have other players to stomp on and destroy because they're not dropping XP. How can you level up in a game if there's no XP? Just how you're looking to level up as a singular player, there are other players looking to level up. And all of you as a whole, you included, you're all moving the charts. However, the significant chart movements aren't moved by you. They're moved by the boss battles in the game. Does that make sense? Okay, you can write that down if you want, or you can just write down what I'm about to write down. So liquidity is just objectives / XP in the game. That is all it is. When you get onto a chart, and after you've decided if you want to be on the heroes or the villains team, your objective will become, let's say I'm on a heroes team, your objective will become the villain XP. It's that simple. Okay? Don't overcomplicate it. The fourth thing we had talked about was pullbacks. What are pullbacks? It is just regrouping / respawning. If you remember, so an example is we're overall going up. Okay, so we're overall moving up. Here, let me draw this out for you guys. So we're overall moving upwards like this. A pullback would be this, so coming back down. So what does that mean in MGT terms, so market game theory terms? So what that basically means is that a group of heroes were able to bring us up above this point, and now a group of villains is going to spawn in and attempt to push them down, okay? Where they want to ultimately push them below that point that took out that group of villains. Okay, so this group of heroes right here took out this group of villains. And these guys that spawning up here want to get revenge for these guys. How do they get revenge? They take out these guys here that spawned in. Does that make sense? Are you rolling with me? Write that down, okay? So if they're not able to do that, because we're overall going up, remember, if they're not able to do that, what will happen is they'll get stopped halfway through, and instead another group of heroes will spawn in to stop them from dragging the price down. And instead, they'll get taken out. And now since this revenge group is taken out, anything above that revenge group is going to continue to go up, even if it comes back down. So that's what a pullback is. A pullback is simply it's a revenge group of heroes or villains stepping in to try to get revenge. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? So what's a pullback? It is a group of heroes or a group of villains spawning in that is looking to get revenge for another group that was taken out. Hence it coming back. It's coming back for revenge. It's pulling back to get back at somebody who caused them harm. Okay? And just because we're pulling back doesn't mean that they're going to take control. They can, which would give us a break of structure or a change of character, but we don't care about that. It'll give us a break of structure, but whatever. Okay, you get the point. So we talked about pullbacks. The next thing we had ended up talking about was continuations. Let me change that color. I like that. I kind of like that color. I'm sorry. I know the color grading is really off. I'm probably like messing with a lot of your OCD, but like, I don't care. Nah, but I just don't feel like fixing it. I'm going to keep it a buck. So what is a continuation? Well, just like a pullback, a continuation is just a counter group spawning in to stop that revenge group from pushing them back down. That's all it is. Do you guys want a picture of that? Let me draw one out real quick. So if we're going up overall and a group of villains spawned in, they're looking to get revenge for these guys that got taken out. How are they going to get revenge? They're going to take these guys out here. They're looking to bring it back down, right? They're looking to bring it back down, but all of a sudden they're stopped. Why are they stopped? Because a group of heroes spawned in right here. Instead, it starts driving up. Well, if they're able to get back above that revenge group, anything above that revenge group line is going to continue. It should continue to go up. Well, that's called a continuation. Why is it a continuation? Because we're overall going up. Does that make sense? If we were overall going down, it wouldn't be a continuation. It would be a takeover. They're taking over price, right? Does that make sense? If we were overall going down and all of a sudden we start going up, that's not a continuation. We're not continuing to go down. This is a hijack. They've hijacked the price. Does that make sense? Don't overcomplicate this shit. I know I keep saying that, bro, but I keep saying that because I know there's somebody that's gonna fucking overcomplicate it. So, what is a continuation? It is just the overall group continuing. Is that spell continuing? Continuing to advance their narrative. That is what a continuation is. Okay. Bam. So now you know what a continuation is. Well, you should have been known because we discussed it for like fucking 2 hours straight. The next thing we had discussed, which is my favorite fucking topic of all time, and I will talk about this more if you guys want me to, but we discussed the oh my God. We discussed the psychology. Whoa, holy fuck, chat, don't clip that. We discussed the psychology behind the game in the first place, because none of this stuff matters if you don't understand what psychology is, and none of this matters if you don't have your mental player in check, and if you don't have your player on the charts in check. Because remember, they're two different people. Okay, you need to understand that. What is psychology? It is simply your player stats. You know what? I'll do you one better. It is your player stats / your trading player stats. Okay, let me word that a little better. It's your mental player stats / your trading player stats. Okay, so psychology is both of those things. It is you up here and it is you on the charts. Understand they are the same person, but they're two completely different people. Okay, the player on the charts doesn't work if the player up here doesn't work. Does that make sense? Okay. The player on the charts is not going to perform well if the person playing the game ain't going to perform well. You are that person. You are a boss battle in this game yourself, and in fact, you are the only person capable of truly one-shotting your character. Okay? Okay. Does that make sense? And not last but not least, which I kind of want to make a video deep diving into this a bit more, because when I was learning trading, man, everybody talked about journaling and all this fucking bullshit, but nobody ever showed how to journal. Like, they didn't take a trade, show what they were doing in their journal in real time, and like show that process. Yeah, I'm gonna break that fucking trend, and I'm gonna I have some ideas, okay? And it has a lot to do with a lot of this stuff that you're seeing on the chart right now. Okay, so journaling. Does anybody remember what journaling is? Journaling, bro, I cannot fucking spell. Hold on. Journaling. Does anybody remember what journaling is? Save file. It is your save file. You cannot play a video game without a save file. When you load up the next day, you don't have any progress to continue off of. Does that make sense? Okay. What guild are you a part of? What clan are you a part of? Okay. You don't need to be some lone wolf aesthetic trader with the fucking dark walls and the Porsche in the garage. And now that I'm saying it out loud, it didn't sound too bad. But no, for real though, you don't need to be that person, bro. Come be a part of a community and apply yourself so that you can give value back to the world and other people can give value back to you. What you give out is what you give in or get in. Whatever. You get the point. Okay? So the next thing we talked about was community. Okay? This really doesn't need any context. I'll just put, who is your gaming clan? Okay? Because you need people to hold you accountable. Bam. So we talked about that. What else did we talk about that was important? I feel like there were some other things. I mean, we talked about our weapons. We talked about what our weapons are in the game and how to attack. Now, granted, I would like to show you how to use these weapons in a live example, because, dude, I can backtest and show you shit, but it's not gonna feel the same as it is in a live market. You feel me? So I will make some videos, like doing some live trades and like applying these things that I'm showing you. Right? I'm just inviting you into my fucking brain. That's all I'm doing. And I'm not perfect. Bro, please don't fucking, bro, I'm not perfect, bro. I'm a human being just like you, okay? Like, I literally have to have these talks with myself all the time. You have to understand that. Just like, although you're watching this video right now and you might understand it and you might have a grasp on it, you're going to have these conversations in these talks with yourself all the time for the whatever amount of time you decide to keep trading, bro. It's a never-ending loop, which is why it's important to have a community, because then you won't feel like you're going fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we talked about our weapons. There's a lot of weapons in this game. Find what works for you. Some of the ones that I mainly use, though, like I said, though, are the inverse fair value gap, the fair value gap, the rejection zones, on wits. I use supply and demand sometimes, but not really, because like it's let me down more than not. But it works. In fair value gap, rejection zones. Break a structure and high time frame liquidity. Dude, I gotta stop spelling liquidity. Liquidities, big ass titties, big ass Latina titties. But high time frame liquidity. Those are my weapons of choice. Those are just what I use on top of my personal market experience, which you will gain if you just hop in this motherfucker and just start playing the game and start losing and trying to apply these things that I'm teaching and showing you. Bro, none of this matters if you don't try in the first place, bro. I mean, if you watch these videos and just click off without trying to, like, go create a journal after I just showed you how to do it in the simplest way, or go back test properly, or go in the comments and, like, request a video, or tell me what it is you're confused about, or if you don't join the fucking Discord, link in description, if you don't join the Discord and, like, tell people what you're confused about, like, you're not trying. Like, bro, I don't care if you watch a 1-2 hour video. If you're not applying anything that these people, myself or anybody else included, if you're not implying these things that people are trying to help you with, you're not trying, bro. It doesn't, like, now, if you are trying to apply these things, but you feel like you're not making progress, or you feel like you're not advancing, well, first of all, that's where community comes in handy, because something that you're not seeing, somebody else will see, but so those people will push you forward. But, you know, I don't know, man, you might need some extra hand holding, you feel me? Whether that's for me or not, it's completely up to you. But I have a one-on-one link in my description where you can schedule a one-on-one with me, and I will hold your little hand as we learn about whatever it is you're confused about, you feel me? Even if it's not something here where we talked about it in these videos, if you want to learn about, like, volume profile or, like, order flow, and you want it broken down to you in, like, simple terms, I like to call it MGT, market game theory. If you want it broken down to you like that, just let your boy know. It's as simple as that. But yeah, I mean, that's everything we talked about. Write all this down. It doesn't have to be these exact descriptions. You know what I mean? You can put a little hyphen or a little dash. I think it's a hyphen. You can put a little dash next to what I have written down here, and then write your own little way of trying to understand it and wrap your head around those things. There is no right or wrong in trading. I really need you to understand that, bro. There is no right or wrong way to do things. Everything works, which is why trading is so fucking hard, because everything is true. And if you got too much noise on your fucking in front of your face, man, I mean, think about that, bro. Have you ever been in, like, a room or, like, in any kind of setting where there's just a bunch of fucking noise going on? It's, like, loud as shit, and, like, you're trying to think and you just can't think. Like, you're trying really hard to, like, gather your thoughts and you just can't do it. First of all, that's actually a torture tactic that the FBI uses, or CIA or whatever. But anyways, but have you ever, fun little fact, but have you ever tried to, like, gather your thoughts and, like, you just can't, no matter how hard you try? That is literally what trading is, bro. You are in a room full of noise, and you need to dumb that noise down in the simplest way possible. I mean, yeah, bro, like, come on. Do I even need to explain anymore? I'm not gonna lie, though. I gotta use the fucking bathroom, bro. I'll be right back. I ain't gonna cap. Or maybe I can hold it. Oof, might come out the wrong end. But, okay. Something you need to understand about all of this stuff you're seeing on the chart. The markets don't change. I've already said this. The markets don't change. They'll never change. You just change the rules. The only thing that can change in trading is you. It is your personal player stats. That is the only thing that is capable of changing in trading. We'll go into different periods, different quarters in trading. News might switch up the meta, but however, the overall construct of the trading video game will never change. The base of what trading is will never change. The other layers might change. You know what I mean? We might be in a more bearish market this year, but the concepts stay the same. It doesn't matter if you trade ICT, MGT, ICC, CCT, whatever, CCT, I think that's what it's called, or whatever you trade. None of it, bro, it all works. It all works. You just need to, like, understand what it is you're looking at straight up. Dude, I gotta use the bathroom. Those Honey Nut Cheerios are kicking my ass. You ever ate a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios? There's something up. Like, it's so fucking delicious. But, bro, this shit fucking my gut up. I'll be right back. I ain't gonna lie. I'm back. I ain't gonna lie. That shit felt good. Yo, real shits though, bro. Do you scrape it out, or do you let it crust? I let it crust. I let it crust up. And then I like to let it fall out. Anyways, what were we talking about? Okay. If everything we've talked about here sounds new to you, you need to go back and rewatch the videos that are confusing you. Hopefully I have them titled so you can find the specific thing that you're confused about. But you've been seeing all of this stuff the whole time. Like, you need to understand that. It is just your way of looking at it that has changed. So you need to understand that if you want to understand trading more, you need to break it down in systems that make sense to you so that you can understand what it is you're looking at. Pretty straightforward, right? You need to understand the loop that we are in every single day, okay? What do I mean by that? When you open up your game, when you turn your console on every day, what does that mean? That's you clicking your trading view, or if you're trading a prop firm, you're loading up your game system, and then when you get to the map, what's the map? It is the currency or whatever you're deciding to trade. That is your map, right? The loop we are in every single day. Let me zoom out and make some space here. Hopefully that's enough space. Looks like enough space. I know it's not enough space for your mom. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm so tired. Okay, so the loop that we are stuck in every single day is this loop. So the first thing you're gonna do when you get on is you're gonna hello, what the fuck? Where the hell are my words at? You're going to read the map, okay? What the fuck does that mean? You're finding the trend, the overall trend. So the campaign direction, right? You should have all these things over here written down. You're finding the overall trend, campaign direction. This is the loop you repeat every single day, every time you start trading, okay? Doesn't matter what session. You're going to do this every day, bro. If you trade Asia session and you do this, you're going to clear your charts again, and you're going to repeat this fucking loop, okay? So you're going to read the map. What does that mean? That means find the overall trend and find the high time frame liquidity. I got to stop doing this, bro. Liquidity. So you're going to find the overall trend and the high time frame liquidity, okay? That is all you're doing. So that's step one. After you do step one, you do step two. What is step two? Step two is you wait. You're waiting. What does that mean? Price moves between objectives. Remember, price is seeking out XP, right? Right? The game can't move without XP. So, what does that mean? Most players die here. Why is that a good sign? Because there is leftover XP laying around. What can we do? We're not looking to beat the game. We're not looking to fight the boss. We are simply looking to position ourselves where people are being killed so we can... I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. No, it's a video game. We're talking about a video game. In GTA 5. We are simply looking to position ourselves in a position so when other players are killed in GTA 5, we can collect their XP. Okay? That is all we're looking to do. Okay. So now that you understand that, that's number two. What is the third thing we're looking to do after the objective has been hit by the higher time frame boss battle? We're looking to position ourselves with them. So what are we looking to do? We're looking to engage. Bring me the blue core. If you know, you know. We're looking to engage. What does that mean? We're looking to use our weapons. Everybody has our weapons written down. Everybody remember what the weapons are? Can have them written down. If you know, you know. And then after we're looking to use our weapons, the second thing I guess this is the first, but another thing we're looking to do after we're engaging is control our risk. Actually, we'll pay control our damage because we're talking in video game terms, right? So we're looking to use our weapons and control our damage when we're looking to engage, okay? What does that mean in dum-dum terms? We're just looking to risk the appropriate amount of health points to gain XP, okay? Do everybody got that? Okay. What is the fourth thing we're looking to do? After we engage, the fourth thing we're looking to do is exit. We're looking to win or lose. So whether you win or lose, it does not matter. We'll even put does not matter, win or lose, when we're exiting. The only thing that matters is log our battle data. I already went over how you can do this. How do you log your battle data? Okay, whether you win or lose does not matter. You need to be logging your fucking data. You need to log your data, okay? Save your data. And then the fifth thing that we need to be doing is a 5-step process, okay, is we need to be reviewing our data, okay? Now, whether you decide to do this at the end of every day or the end of every week is completely up to you. But if you are super serious about this, you will be reviewing your trades at the end of every single day, okay? It's up to you, though. I can't tell you what to do. So how do we review our data? Well, you should have created a save file from before. Do you see number 4? It says exit, log our battle data. I already showed you how you can log your battle data, aka journal, okay? You need to be journaling. So we want to review the save file. In other words, you want to see how you can improve, okay? Now, once again, I want to make this a whole separate video and show what this looks like in a live trading setting because nobody ever fucking shows this shit. If that's something you want to see, comment it down below or come join my Discord, link in description, or schedule a one-on-one with me if you want to just learn from me yourself. And the next thing we're looking to do is gain XP. How do we gain XP? Remember, if you were paying attention at the start of these videos, XP in this video game of trading, it is not the money you earn in a trade. The money you earn is simply a score. It is a score, right? What is XP? Anybody remember? XP is simply you going through the process, okay? It is not the money you gain, but it is simply the trades you're taking in dum-dum terms. In video game terms, it is you going through the process. You reviewing your trades, you saving your data, you controlling yourself, you putting the appropriate amount of risk on. You're not going to gain XP unless you do number 4. You see where it says in number 4, it says log our battle data. If you take a trade that day and you didn't log how it is you felt, your psyche going into the trade, how the trade went, how you entered, what weapons you used, etc., none of it matters. Number 5, you can't do number 1, 2, or 3 without number 4. Number 4 here is probably the most important fucking number. But you need to review your save file because that will show you how you can improve. Since you're seeing how you can improve, you're gaining XP. So this here is the constant loop we want to be stuck in as a risk manager. And I'm going to keep saying risk manager because everybody says, oh, I'm a day trader. You're not a fucking day trader. I mean, you are, hypothetically. You are a day trader because you're trading that day, right? But you need to get that out of your head. That's so fucking stupid. You are a risk manager, bro. You are simply looking to put a certain amount of risk on at a certain time to risk that risk to make money or to gain XP, right? You're a risk manager. Stop calling it, bro. It just sounds fancier. Why would you want to call yourself a day trader, bro? Man, that shit sounds so corny. Let's be honest. Nah, when somebody asks what you do, like if somebody asks what you do for your job, I'm a risk manager, bro. Just say you're a risk manager. That shit just sounds sexy, bro. Imagine a bitch come up to you and she asks what you do for work. And you say, I'm a day trader. She gonna give you bombastic fucking side eye, bro. You know that fucking meme of that horse? Like, looking to the side? Bro, that's gonna be her. She gonna be like, I don't know. Like, she ain't gonna be really fucking with you. But if you tell her, I'm a risk manager, come on now. Come on now. I don't know, bro. Come on now. That's gonna get the motherfucking panties Kalahari. You feel me? But yeah. So, anyways, this is the constant loop you want to be stuck in as a trader. Okay? Do we all got write this down? Literally write this diagram down. This is important. Hang this shit on your wall. That's what I do. I always hang pictures on my wall so I remember what it is I'm looking at. This is the constant loop we want to be stuck in any time that we're trading. Don't matter what session, don't matter what day. This is the constant loop that we want to be stuck in as a trader, okay? Everybody got that down. That is what it looks like to be a risk manager. That loop right there. Once again, we could go real deep with all this, but for simplicity's sake, to not confuse you, this is the universal model that you want to be stuck on as a risk manager, okay? If you can follow the loop, you can follow the trade. If you can follow the trade, you can make money. If you can make money, you can make experience. If you can make experience, you can follow the loop. If you can follow the loop, you can follow the trade. If you can follow the trade, you can make money. If you make money, bro, it's a loop, bro. It literally just keeps happening, okay? This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. One day somebody started singing it, not knowing what it was, and now I'll keep on singing it because just because this is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Somebody started singing it, not knowing what it was, and now I'll keep on singing it because you get the point, bro. Okay. This is the universal model. So deadass, take a screenshot of this or write this fucking down and hang this on your wall. Wherever you trade at, put it on your wall and just look at this every day before you start trading. I swear to God, it's the most helpful thing ever. Okay. Anyways, the next thing I want to talk about, now that we got that out of the way, so we've gone over all the things we talked about, and now we've gone over what you should be doing every day before you start trading. What is the loop you should be stuck in? Are you sticking with me now? 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 Come on, bro. Zoom in. I'm trying to get some space. All right. Now that we've gone over that, what I want to talk about is strategy versus player. What the fuck do I mean by that? How do I make this an important distinction? Market game theory isn't magic. What is market game theory? Once again, it is simply me inviting you into my mind, breaking down how to look at the charts in a simpler way using game terminology. That's all it is, okay? Market game theory, it's not magic. It's just how I play. I'm just inviting you into my brain, okay? Can we please don't say, oh, I trade MGT. I trade MGT strategy. It's not a fucking strategy, bro, okay? It's not a strategy, so don't glorify it. It's just you're inside my head. This is just how I look at the markets, okay? Can we get that out the way? Please. So you need to understand what I'm saying, because you have to understand that weapons vary, maps vary, and players vary. What do I mean by that? Weapons vary. Just because I use inverse fair value gap, it don't mean that inverse fair value gap is going to work for you. You got to experiment, okay? But market game theory, at the end of the day, is market game theory. The heroes and the villains fighting never change. That will always be what the video game is, okay? And that's what market game theory is. MGT is just a simpler way to read the markets in terms of video game terminology, okay? That is it. Does that make sense, okay? What do I mean by maps vary? Just gold might always be going up, but when you switch to a different map and now you're trading on NASDAQ, it might go down and then go up and then go back down for the rest of the day. Maps vary. All maps trade differently, right? All market game theory does is just tell you why that happened. It just breaks the logic down, okay? That's all it does. It doesn't follow like oh, this will always happen. No, bro. It's just teaching you how to read the story. Because if you can read the story, you can build the context. If you can build the context, you can look to position yourself. If you can look to position yourself, you can make money. If you can make money, you can create a save file. If you can create a save file, you can get XP. If you can get XP, repeat loop. Okay? That's all it is. Yeah, so what makes MGT work is it's not the tools. It's the discipline to use the tools long enough to learn it. Once again, what makes market game theory work is not the tools. It's not a fucking fair value gap that makes it work. It's your discipline. It is you. It is your discipline to do these things long term and to use your tools long term to learn it. Okay? I've simply provided you a way through my mind to read the market. Now that you can read the market, you can build context, bro. Now you can go trade whatever you want to trade, bro. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. MGT is not a trading strategy. It's how you read the book. If you can read the book, you can play. Right? But anyways, your real edge in trading, it's not knowing more, okay? It is just doing less correctly. How many times have you heard that one? So yeah, your edge in trading is not going to be doing more, okay? In fact, it's going to be doing less, but it's going to be doing less correctly. If you miss a trade, there's a difference between missing a trade because you were scared to enter compared to you missed the trade because you did everything correctly. You followed everything correctly. You judged your psyche correctly, but it just didn't come back and tap you in, right? There's a big difference. There's a big distinction, okay? You have to understand that. Your edge isn't knowing more, it's doing less correctly, right? Even when you're not doing anything, you technically should be doing something. Okay, so that doesn't mean take a billion trades. We already talked about how over trading is bad. Don't burn that stamina bar out, bro. We don't want no over trading, no strategy hopping. Okay, pick your tools. I already showed you how you can read the markets. That's all you know. That's all you need to know. Pick your tools. What works for you? Fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, supply and demand, ICT. It don't matter, bro. Pick your strategy. Stop strategy hopping. Okay, ego, bro. There is so much fucking ego in the trading space. Everybody thinks their shit works, or everybody want to fucking critique somebody on like their credentials or how their shit is working for them, or like, man, shut the fuck up with that fucking bullshit, bro. I'm so sick of these. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just so tired of people, bro. Like, and not people, but just fucking egotistical people, bro. There's so much ego in the trading space. And there don't even need to be, because everything in trading is correct. Like, literally none of them are wrong. They just want your attention. So like they're willing to like step on the other person's neck so that they can, so that you join their team. And now like they can start building a little cult following so that they can make money out of you without you even realizing it. There is so much ego in this space, and there don't even need to be, bro. If you're just here to learn, you're just here to learn. Like, everybody just want to learn. You know what I mean? Everybody just want better for their families, better for themselves. Like, nobody want to be stuck in a boring ass fucking 9 to 5 for the rest of their fucking life. Like, we all want retirement accounts. Stop gatekeeping. Stop with the egotistical bullshit. You can still make money without stepping on people's fucking necks. Like, what are we doing, bro? We need to do better. There's no reason a Rocket League community should be better than the fucking trading community. If you know, you know. Like, come on now, man. And stop forcing trades, bro. Stop forcing trades. You just over here taking forced trades. Like, man, let me give you an example. You mark up a fucking demand block, and you know you're supposed to wait for price to come back and tap you in. And price never comes back and taps you in. Instead, it stops halfway, and it starts going up. Why the fuck, Nick? Bro, stop. You don't stop. Don't press the buy button, because now you press the buy button, and guess what? It comes back down, and it taps you in. And now you're in excessive drawdown for no reason. You're negative $300 because you didn't want to wait. You wanted to be impatient. Stop forcing trades, okay? You don't need a better strategy. You just need to build a better relationship with boredom. I don't know how else to say it. You don't need a better strategy. You just need to build a better relationship with boredom, because trading is boring. Surprise, surprise. It's boring as shit, bro. Build a better relationship with being bored with this, okay? If you can do that, you're not going to be forcing trades, okay? It's all a spider web. If you can do one thing, you'll be able to do another thing. You'll be able to pinpoint where you're struggling as well. Okay? Okay. Oh, sorry. Got kind of burnt up there for a second, okay? All right. But no, man. At the end of the day, it don't matter how much I sit here and yap. I've already been recording for 48 minutes, bro. It is your choice. You have the ball in your court. You got two options, bro. Option one, you can keep guessing, keep restarting, keep chasing markets and money. Or option two, you can learn the map you're playing on, stick to that map, play with one build, so play with one character. So if I build a character that only uses a fair value gap and 50% of price on gold, so on the map of gold, I'm only playing with that build on that map until my save data tells me that I should change it. Log your battles and improve slowly. So are you going to choose option 1 or are you going to choose option 2? It's up to you, bro. Like, I can't force you to do anything. Pick the ball up. Okay? And don't get me wrong, both paths are valid, but only one actually levels you up. Like, I can't force you to do anything, bro. You're not wrong for picking option 1, but you need to understand there's only one path in the game of trading that's going to level you up as a character, as a trader. So, you know what I mean? You have to understand, though, if you pick option 2, what you have is going to be earned, right? Nobody's going to give it to you. Whether you decide to use MGT or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you play the game the right way, if you want accountability and not just some fucking signals and people telling you where to buy and sell, press start. Join the game. Learn MGT. Learn market game theory. It is the dumbest way to learn trading. I truly believe that, bro. I truly believe that. If that's something that you're interested in, there are links in the description to join my Discord community of people who just want to help each other. Or you can schedule a one-on-one with me, uno on uno, and I can hold your hand on whatever questions that you have, or like it don't even have to be pertaining to MGT, right? It could be anything you're confused about or want to learn about, order flow, or I don't know, bro. Whatever you're struggling with, you feel me? I promise you, I will be able to break it down in a way where you're able to understand it. Okay. Everything that you've been confused about before, I promise you I've been confused about it. And I'm no different from the next guy. There's nothing special about me. I'm a regular dude. I am simply providing you my experience in time. That's it. Okay? It is up to you whether that's something that you want access to or not. I can't force that on you. And once again, you cannot beat the market. You cannot beat the game. You cannot beat the market. You can only understand it. Your skills in this game, they compound through you saving your data and applying effort. The only thing that does not compound in this video game is luck. Just like in anything else, does luck exist in this game? Absolutely. But we don't care about luck, bro. This is a game of probabilities. We want the best probabilities in our corner, right? We are risk managers. We want the best probabilities possible. Luck does not compound in this game. Skill compounds. So in order to do that, you need to save your game. I already taught you how to save your game. Once again, I want to deep dive into this a little bit more in its own separate video, but for the sake of getting these bootcamp videos out or whatever they are, I'm keeping it simple, okay? So we don't want to be here for 4 hours. So with that being said, that is going to wrap up these videos. That is going to be the end of these videos. If you still need help, down in the description, like I've been saying throughout this video, there is a link that leads to my Discord community. It is completely free. I'm looking to build a community of people that just want to help each other. I'm a regular dude giving my experiences and my time to you to help you out and catch you up to where other people are currently at, right? It doesn't matter where you're at in your journey, whether you know a lot or you know a little. We can all always use a community of people to hold us accountable. That is what I'm looking to build, okay? Eventually, I want that group to get really tight and get really small, right? We all want small circles, okay? I want that group to get really tight to where we're like a family and we all help each other. That is what I'm looking to do, whether it's with trading or hell, maybe financially, you know what I mean? You never know. That's what I want to build, bro. I want to build a tight-knit group of people. So if that's something you want to be a part of and you're tired of all the bullshit in the trading space, or you're tired of all the bullshit in fucking life and you just want to hang around other people that want to uplift themselves and be a part of a tight-knit family, there is a link in the description to join my community. It is completely free. Or if you just want to learn a little bit more hands-on, you know, speed up the process, I have a link to schedule a one-on-one with me directly. I'm not going to charge you fucking $800. It's fucking ridiculous. You know, for me to take time out of my personal life and to help you out with whatever it is you're struggling with. I don't care if it's a break of structure or order flow or how to read the market, bro. Whatever you're struggling with, I got you straight up. Okay. So just click the links down below. With that being said, I love you guys. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below any thoughts you might have. If you made it to the end of this video, comment I was here. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.